Here's the churn-dash it up quilt actually loaded onto the frame. If you look carefully, well, I'm going to show you. A, Alfie is going to sit in the sunny spot right in the way probably, and B, that it has actually been quilted before. In 2017, actually, I've had it hanging up in different places over that time. And I'll show you some of the clips of when I had it not loaded, but I'm having to do it this way around so that people on YouTube can see it, and then that will mean people also on my newsletter can also have a link to view it. There's all sorts of things on it. You will see, oh, you want to go underneath. Let's go underneath. And you'll see that beading is starting to come off. So I'll need to hand stitch that back on. But it's been previously quilted just on a domestic machine, and I used to do the barest minimum of quilting. But now I have a long arm. I want to up my game with this baby and try doing, what do they call it now, retro quilting or something. And what I've done is it's obviously all bound. I've just pinned the quilt to the cloth leader, and this cloth leader is attached to the back pole. That's called a dead bar, and that just keeps the quilt loaded so it's flat and straight. Oops, let me zoom you out a little bit. There we go. That maybe helps a little bit. See, that dead bar there helps keep the quilt nicely in line with this pole here. So yeah, nothing fancy at all. I've literally just pinned the quilt directly to that cloth leader. Now, there's a few things I won't be able to quilt, obviously, off the edge of the quilt because the binding's there already. So that, for a start, is going to affect what design I can actually do. There are all sorts of different churn-dash blocks. I've done it all, different fabrics, all over the place. I just wanted to play around with the churn-dash block because I do love it. Hence the title, Churn-dash it up. There's hand stitching here, all sorts of things going on, and obviously beading, and like I showed you, that other little blue beading that's underneath there, with the word fun. None of those would be able to be quilted over. And also at this end, because it's a quilt that's been hung, behind there is the sleeve that's used to put across the, actually it's displayed normally there along that pole and hangs there. And you'll notice a few things about it, like look here, the base thing I did on it before obviously wasn't brilliant, and like I'm just looking at this here now, that's going to cause me a few issues with the quilting, because I don't want, when you're on a long arm, you don't want to pull it really tight so it's like a drum, otherwise that can affect the tension and it affects a few other things. But this quilt is currently quite square. That's one thing I did do well. It's not too bad square wise, but I maybe need to have a bit of starch and steam to help blocks like that, get them sorted out. Yeah, see, and all I did in some of the blocks is some decorative stitching. There's some stitch in the ditch, a load of that going on all over the place. Yeah, lots of different things going on, but I'm going to give it a go and see what I can add to this quilt, because a lot of these type of lines are not because the fabric is bagging, it's because the quilt has been hung. Obviously that's the top, but I've loaded it sideways onto the long arm so that I can get more quilting done in one pass before I have to advance the quilt through to have space to quilt some more. A lot of you who don't do long arming will find all those words a little bit bizarre, but hopefully those of you who do long arm and are thinking of retro quilting your project, is a few things to think about. Obviously I haven't loaded the side clamps. I haven't done those yet, but I'm pretty happy with the way it's sitting. And then all I've got to do is figure out what quilting design I'm going to use. I will get back to you on that one when I've decided.